How we doing, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Just on a little bit of a country road ride today on the fantastic CB500F. Look at these views. Some channel updates. So I have literally just been to KD Motorcycles over in Padiham. Had a chat with one of their managers, a lovely guy, and he's basically informed me that I'm welcome to take some of their demos out in a couple of weeks. They have all sorts under their roof, so I'm talking about big brands, KTM, Kawasaki. They've currently got Vogue and QJ Motor in-house as well, which is absolutely fantastic if you're looking for, you know, a nice quality bike but you're on a budget. They've also got like a huge used selection in there as well. Got a bit of everything. No matter what you're into, they've got everything in there, and they're really nice guys as well. They always make me feel welcome whenever I pop in there. The new site that they've got in Padiham's absolutely massive. But yeah, so that's really exciting things to be looking forward to on the channel. Plenty of reviews. What else is new? So as you can probably hear in the background, I've got the 200mm black carbon tip exhaust on the bike at the minute that Black Widow sent me. Still got another 3 of their exhausts to review, but this week hasn't been the great for weather. Like yesterday it looked like this, it looked gorgeous, but the wind was so bad that there would have just been no point doing a sound check. But I will get the rest of those Black Widow exhaust reviews knocked out, because I know there's a few of you quite interested in that, not only for this bike but for the Hornet 500 as well. Yeah, I had a couple of people on the channel asking me about the bike and the fit. So for me, I'm only 5'3", 5'4" on a good day, and for me this bike is perfect. It's still a big bike, but it's not so big that I'm struggling to reach for the floor and things like that. However, I would say the height limit for this bike ultimately is going to depend on how long your legs are, or how tall you are, really, because I would say if you were 6 foot or over, you're going to feel pretty cramped on this bike. But if you were really adamant on having one of these CB500s, because obviously the engine's fantastic, very frugal, the fit and finish on it's really nice, I would say maybe look at the CB500X or the new NX500, which is basically the same thing, just renamed. I would say look at one of those. They're probably your best bet if you're a bit taller. I've had both. I struggled with the 500X. The seat height on that, I believe, is 830mm, which is like 45mm taller than this. These are 785mm. So yeah. And also, not only that, but it depends what kind of riding you're doing as well. Like if you're doing long distance and you want to put luggage on and stuff, you could put luggage on this, but you could do a lot more with the 500X. And it is built for, I would say, more long distance riding than this is. Like the seating position's a little bit more upright. You could sit on that thing all day and have no aches and pains. I loved mine, like I said. The only reason I got rid of mine was because I had a bit of a reach to the floor. Look at these views up here. This is Pendle Hill, in case you didn't know. And this is where this bike's at home. Windy B roads. Absolutely loves them. But yeah, so I wouldn't get this bike if you were super tall. Other than that, I mean, they use these for rider schools and things like that, so they're pretty like learner friendly. They're pretty good for like a returning rider as well. Like I had a little bit of time off riding the other year, and when I came back, I had the Rebel 500, which same engine as this, and again, there's no sneaky surprises or anything like that. It just, the power's linear, the torque's not crazy. Whee! But yeah, there's plenty of power on this to have fun. Look at these beautiful views up here. Yeah, I'd recommend anyone to have one of these, unless you're coming from something really powerful and you love the power, then yeah, you're going to be a bit underwhelmed. But I think these are one of the most underrated bikes on the market. I'm actually looking forward to taking out the Z500 that Kawasaki have, because I believe that KD Motorcycles will have one of theirs, and that's a direct competitor of this. So I'd be quite interested to see what they are like. You know, back to back riding there on this and then test riding that. I was just having a look at one when I was in the showroom then. It was actually really nice. Slightly better dashboard, I think, on the Kawasaki. I believe it's a bit lighter as well, slightly smaller engine. But I'd be proud to own either of them bikes. KLE 500's obviously going to be in shops soon as well, so that'll be another one I'm really interested in taking out. My only question is whether we're going to get both versions of it in the UK, because there's a KLE standard which has an LCD dash and it doesn't have the bash plate and the handguards, and then you've got the SE which has the TFT and the other little bits and bats. But yeah, I think that's going to be a really good value for money bike as well. I think the KLE 500 will be one to rival the CF Moto 450 MT. The only thing is, I feel like the 450 MT, it's just going to have the edge on height. Because from what I've seen with the KLE, the height of the base of the bike from the floor, it doesn't look like there's a massive amount of ground clearance to clear like big rocks and stuff like that. Whereas the CF Moto 450 MT, I've seen people do all sorts with them. I don't know if any of you follow Mike Pye, but he's just recently had one, took it off-road and he absolutely loved it. It excelled to the point where he's considering even buying one, so that speaks volumes. I mean, he's test ridden a lot of bikes, and if he says he wants one of those, then that speaks volumes about how good that bike is. I'd love to get my hands on one myself, but the nearest dealership to me, I think, is Derbyshire, so maybe that's one I'll figure out for another day. But yeah, the CF Motos are another one at the minute that are very popular, very good value for money, good specs, good tech. Look at this place. Yeah. What else can I say about this bike while I'm at it? In fact, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to show you this exhaust. So the engine's warmed up. You can have a quick look at it. So this one is the 200mm in length, obviously. It's black with the carbon tip. I think it looks great actually on this bike. But yeah, 185 quid. I think it looks and sounds great. I've taken the baffle out because in my opinion that's how it's supposed to be. Cheeky little sound check. Sounds good. But yeah, let's get back on the road. The one thing with Black Widow exhausts I've always liked is, one, you're almost guaranteed next day delivery. Now, don't take my word for that. I'm sure there's circumstances where you don't, but they usually say that if you order before 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you'll get next day delivery. I've ordered in the evening sometimes, and it's still turned up the next day. It's crazy. Let's go. But yeah, the quality of them is always great. Obviously, normal maintenance that you have to do with any exhaust, obviously, where you get a little bit of rust on the link pipe during winter because of the salt, bit of a wash, auto sol on a rag, and they clean up really nicely. Other than that, you know, the clips and stuff that clamp the exhaust together and stuff, just a bit of ACF 50 on them, and away you go. But yeah, I have always liked them. I've had them on all my bikes, as you will have seen previously. Let's go. And yeah, I'll have the other reviews for the other exhausts out as soon as I can, and when I've done them, I'm going to put the downpipes on and see what they're like with my bike. With my my exhaust that I got from Black Widow. I think mine is like a 200mm chrome one with like your standard exhaust tip. But from what I remember when I had my other CB500F, it sounded absolutely fantastic. Loads of pops and bangs on the overrun. And just unparalleled value for money, because like, I'm not going to name other exhaust manufacturers, but some of them are absolutely ridiculous. Like, to be paying £1,000 or close to £1,000 for a system for a motorbike, in my opinion, it's unnecessary. Like, unless you're using titanium and stuff like that, fair enough. But a lot of these exhaust manufacturers, I think, they all knock out more or less the same product with slightly different styling. And the price difference between some of them is absolutely crazy. And I'm sure you know which brands I'm talking about. But yeah, I just think these are a fantastic product. You look after them, they last a long time, they look and sound great. What more do you want? If you can save a few quid, why not? Yeah, so other things I've noticed about this CB500F since having it is the registration plate at the back. I think it has a slightly different mount to the previous models, because the exhaust, where it's blowing, it's making the exhaust like flap a tiny bit, and it's vibrating on the plastic mount, and it's absolutely driving me mad. I put some like sticky gum stuff between the plate and the mount to try and get rid of that vibration. I've just noticed I can still hear it. It's quite annoying, so I might actually get like a screw or something and screw it tight so that stops. Just entering Clitheroe now. I'm sure the traffic here is going to be fun, so I'm just going to turn the camera off for now and turn it back on when we get through this traffic. Well, I'm going to call this video to an end, because I said all about I needed to say. Like I said, a lot of exciting stuff coming up. Love some suggestions off you guys as well for video ideas and what you guys want to see. But other than that, everyone ride safe, look after yourselves, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.